Yeah, absolutely. Jamie and Jacqueline's now joining me. We've
Yes.
sent Matt home because Jacqueline was in up until about 2:30 last night, tracking all of this, stormy weather coming in. And we had the tornado threat that we were talking about a little bit earlier. Thankfully, a lot of that is beginning to slide off to the east and offshore, but we're still talking about rain.
Yes, still a lot of rain out there, especially for those eastern communities too. And as we head through the day, the good news is that some of that heaviest rain has sort of started to subside a little bit. And that had kind of been the trend even through the start of the weekend, was for things to kind of get scooting along here just a little bit quicker, which bodes well, because if it was still downpouring, as much as it had been earlier throughout the next several hours, it would be a much worse situation.
Yeah, and the flash flood warnings are still up. They were extended a little bit earlier in the afternoon till 6 o'clock. Basically, for a large part of the state, thankfully not in the Monadnock region right now. It's mainly from the lower part of the Merrimack Valley all the way into the Lakes region, hardest hit in the last several hours, and up into the Mount Washington Valley. And here's a reason why. We've seen rainfall amounts that we typically see in a whole month in and around Bedford, in Pittsfield, in Nashua, in a matter of about 20 hours. But Auburn coming in with 5 inches plus of rain. As you pointed out, Jackie, thankfully, again, a lot of the heaviest is moving to the east.
Yeah, you can see those yellows, oranges there on the screen moving off a little bit further on the right-hand side there, pushing eastward, but we're still getting showers and we're still getting rain in these areas that have already seen these problems and these flash flooding concerns, and the reports that have been coming in as well. So even though the steadiest and heaviest rain there is starting to shift off to the east, any rain that you're still getting doesn't help things, and it takes a little bit of time too for things to actually start to recede and calm down even after it stops raining. So that's another thing to keep in mind with this type of situation.
Right, and we're watching the small streams, small creeks, but even some of the larger rivers that may go into flood in the next several hours to tomorrow and even into Tuesday. You also notice a scattering of showers and storms. We'll kind of zoom in here and show you what's happening there in Vermont. Entering the Upper Valley now, back to upstate New York. It's much more of a scattered shower and thunderstorm layout rather than that widespread swath of almost monsoon-like rain.
Yes, it becomes much more isolated after the steadiest batch moves out, but we saw even with the isolated cells in some parts last night, it can still produce very heavy rainfall in short periods of time. And so spots that see that isolated downpour or even thunderstorm, even after this steady rain has shifted off, can still cause some issues.
Right, and we're going to see that kind of played out, I think, for the next, 6, 7, 8 hours. By later this evening, it finally moves away, and we can start to see the cleanup. Just a quick note on a couple of the damage reports coming in. A lot of it now centered way up, but into the central part of the state, in and around Alton. Road washed out in the last, hour and a half in and around Alton. Route 140 closed in the area of Gilmanton Fire Department due to flooding. We heard about that a little bit earlier. So keep in mind, if you're traveling in the state, whether it's in Alton or it's all the way back to Franklin in and around Merrimack County, even though this report was a couple hours ago, you may encounter a flooded roadway. You just don't know the depth of the water, or for that matter, if the road surface is even still under all that standing water.
Right, and again, just never try to drive through, walk through, just don't pass any road that has standing water on it. You don't know how deep it is, and it can get really dangerous really fast, and it doesn't take much either to have dangerous impacts. I mean, just 6 inches can have an effect. Your car can have, big problems in just that amount of water. And so you want to just really turn around and find another route if you come across any of these flooded roadways.
Yeah, in terms of the timeline of all of this, it looks like by, say, 4, 5, 6 o'clock, there may be one more area that tries to kind of blow up right over the Merrimack Valley and along the coast. But clearly, later on into the evening, 6, 7, 8 o'clock, it's just those scattered showers and storms from the west. So as you pointed out, right, it's not going to end the flood threat, but it becomes a bit more scattered, and it's much more of a kind of an aggravating situation on top of the major flooding that we've already seen. And this will be great news going forward beyond midnight. We finally dry out.
Yeah, big help as we head into tomorrow, the fact that we're going to see some drier conditions and at least a little bit of a break before another round of potential showers and storms again Tuesday.
Yeah, so enjoy the break while we got it on Monday. Of course, we're going to be here keeping close tabs on rainfall amounts and watching these showers as we go through the afternoon. Jamie will send it back over to you.